Hi all, this is Angie coming to you from Angie's Courtyard. Thank you so much for tuning in. I wanted to jump on to share a story with you as I was in a nail salon getting my nails done and this young lady walked in. And I'm not sure if all of you are familiar with nail salons, but if you're not, when you walk in on the wall, there's a bunch of different color type of nail polishes. And then there's also pre-painted nails pretty much on the drying station that show you what the color looks like on the nail. So this young lady saw this gel color that she wanted and she picked it out and she sits down, she goes through the procedure, they're buffing, they're filing, they're cutting her cuticles or whatever have you. Then they painted it, then they put it under the UV light. When you get a gel, you got to go under the UV light. So as it's drying, she's looking, she's peeping, and it's not drying as dark as she anticipated it. It's not drying as dark as it is on the pre-painted nail. It's not looking like that, but that's a different topic. I could tap on that, but I'm gonna leave that alone right now. So as the nail tech gets up, he has to go down a little bit down further to deal with another customer he has. You know, I can hear the young lady talking to the woman next to her, and she's like, oh, it's not drying as dark as I anticipated. It's not drying as dark as I would like it. When he comes back, I'm going to ask him if he could put a couple more coats on it, or I'm just going to change the color altogether, which she has every right. She's paying for it. So he comes back and, you know, at this particular point, he should be done with her. He should take her hands out and, you know, wipe it down, and then she should be out the door. But she wanted another coat, and, you know, you could see the look in his eyes of frustration because, one, he was done with her. In his head, he was done with her. And two, there were 3 more women that walked in. So he's like, that's business. That's more money. I mean, you're paying, but I got more money that could potentially walk out if they're sitting here waiting any longer. So, you know, he hesitantly, but he put another coat on it. And again, put it back under the UV light. And she's peeping and she's like, it's not as dark as I want it to be. And you can see he's looking at her and he's like, you know, and he's like, no, it looks great. It looks great. You know, now he's trying to force his opinion on her. And then not only him, but his little buddy comes on and he's like, no, it looks good. And she's like, oh, you think? Now you see her start second guessing herself. She's like, oh, you think so? And they're like, yeah, girl. You know, pretty much you hear the people like, yeah, girl. And she's like, okay. You know, then he walks away again and she's looking, she's like, you know, I see her shaking her head and I'm like, wow. And she takes out her card and she pays. And it really blessed my soul to see this because I'm like, you really paid for something you know you don't like. You know you don't want, and you have every right to get it redone because you're paying for it. And I just got such a revelation because in life, people have so much to say. They have so much to say about what you're wearing. They have so much to say about who you're dating. They have so much to say about who you're married to or how your marriage should go. They have so much to say about how you should raise your kids. They have so much to say about what job you should take, or I wouldn't take that, or I wouldn't do that. And everything they're saying to you, it costs them nothing. It's free. And you have the potential of taking their advice and it costing you more than you're willing to pay. And that blessed my soul because I'm like, you know what? It's okay to get great advice from people who have your best interests at heart. We're not going to tell you what you want to hear, but are going to tell you what you need to hear. Are going to going to pour into your life instead of taking from your life. And that is something worth letting them invest in you. But all those negative Neds, negative Nancys who have nothing to lose, it costs them nothing to feed you a bunch of nonsense. It costs them nothing to cause havoc in your life. You're the one that's going to foot that bill at the end of the day. You're the one that's going to have to deal with the decision you make based off what someone else had to say about the situation. And they know nothing about it because they're waiting to just push you out there to get you out of their hair, or they're just wanting to cause havoc in your life. And you're the one that has to foot the bill. So just watching that really blessed my soul because I had to reevaluate who I let speak into my life. I have to reevaluate of things that were spoken into my life in the past that have manifested itself because I let it dwell within me. And it's time to like chunk up that trash, you know, pack it up, tie it up, throw it out, and call the trash man to come and get it. Because at the end of the day, negativity is free. People could speak negativity into your life. It's free. It's time for you to stop footing the bill over nonsense. It's time for you to stop getting stuck with a bill you didn't create. So that blessed my soul. I hope it blesses you. And you should sit down and figure out, who's paying anyway? That lady should not have left that salon paying for something she didn't like. And you should not pay for something that you didn't create. You shouldn't pay for something that someone speaks into your life. You should not pay for nonsense, okay? So take that, let that marinate, eat that real quick, and have a blessed day.